Hello, welcome to another session of Know Your Coasters. For those of you who don't know what Know Your Coaster is, it's a little chat, informal chat that we have with each one of our Rotary Club members so that they can share a little bit more about themselves. And so each one of us know each other better, and the world gets to know a little bit more about what we as a clubs do. Today we have a very special person amongst us in the studio, Zoeb Hussain. Zoeb, welcome to the podcast. And
Thank you so much. So glad to be here.
if you could tell the viewers a little bit about what you do in the club, what's your role?
In the club right now, I've taken up the chair for environment, but I'm still getting my wits together on what has to be done about it.
Lovely. And Zoeb is a fairly green new Rotarian. He's had an experience with other similar clubs, and I think we are so happy to have him on board.
Thank you so much. Same here.
Zoeb, a little bit about your earlier life. How has that been, and what instances or people in your life has shaped you to the wonderful person you are today?
So it's been a mix. My family has come from different origins. There's been a Japanese influence because my grandmom is Japanese. There's been a lot of influence from the country of Pakistan. There's been a lot of influence from the state of Maharashtra as well because my mom's from there. So all in all, being born in Bombay with this kind of a multicultural background and having a mix of Indian and Japanese culture at home has shaped a lot of our values. Right from my grandmother's discipline on the, which is I think the forefront of the Japanese culture. Gearing up for everything was something that shaped all of us, and learning a lot from dad because dad was somebody who, when I was a child, we did not know where our next meal is going to come from, or whether we're going to have food for the next few days or weeks, and then from there to the company that he's built today. And I'm glad that, okay, even though that's not my domain, I have taken over his business and I'm able to run it right now.
Wow. Can you tell a little bit about what your profession is and what do you do, Zoeb?
Yeah, so we are running a company called Premier Climate Controls Private Limited, which is a company which does central air conditioning projects for corporates, industrial applications, and IT and hospitals and all. So basically, it's more of a service provider. We are not a manufacturer, we are not a OEM. We design based on what is the requirement of the building, whether it is a factory, whether it is a factory that manufactures medicines, whether it is a factory that manufactures automobiles or soft drinks. So some of our biggest clients are Pepsi, Hyundai, SRM. So we do a lot of air conditioning systems for them. And being in this business, I've realized that air conditioning is not just what we look at as, turn on the AC and the weather is nice and comfortable and it's there. But there's a lot more to it about maintaining hygiene levels in manufacturing setups, maintaining quality of the product in automobile sectors. So it's quite an interesting line. So my
Wow.
dad has been in this for 40 years and I've been with him for almost 20 years now. So I'm completing 22 years in this industry in 26.
Now I get it. Now I know why you're the cool person in the club.
So
Because
the official cool dude of the city.
keeping everything
But
cool.
we
And,
get we get heated up trying to keep the clients cool.
so now coming to road, what brought you to the road, and what about the Road Club of Chennai ECR that made you join it and made you stay?
So, what made me join Rotary is a very straightforward question because I've seen my dad also, who was part of Rotary when I was a child. I think we were called annex, and if I'm getting the term right. So, most of the, or I would say not most of the, I would say the best of the friendships that he generated after college or, school and things like that were are Rotarians. So, that was something that got to me. And also, in fact, my best friend till date was somebody who I met in my dad's Rotary Club. And we are still in touch. It's been about 17, 18 odd years, and we are still in touch, even though we are in two different continents now. And Rotary for me has been quite personal because mom and dad were a part of it.
See. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I never knew I would join the Rotary. I was always like, pushing it away. But I think you're absolutely right. Some of the friends I have today, the circle is pretty much all Rotarians.
Yeah, true.
That's a huge benefit. And in addition, you have fun and you do good stuff. It's wonderful to be part of a family like this. So, having experienced some of the projects we do, what's one project that has moved you in the road?
There was one particular project that we did in a school in Karapakam here in on OMR, where there was where I think we had gone to we had built the toilet buildings for them, and we had also given them some books and things at that point of time. I think that project was done about a year or so ago. It was very heartwarming to see the kids appreciating it. As adults, we appreciate what each other we do, and we say, "Oh, you did a good job." But when kids appreciate what you're doing, it kind of is very warm. I'm not sure if I'll be able to explain that in words, the feeling that is there. It's like your daughter coming to you and saying, "You're the best father in the world."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's a very heartwarming thing. It moved me a lot.
yeah. In
You know,
fact,
we are
I remember in our early days, Zoeb, when we were designing toilets for the Kovalam village, right? It was such a, when we designed a toilet because
yeah,
our objective was to prevent open defecation. So we were just focused on the toilet till we met a mum in the village. And she said, my daughter hasn't had a chance to have a bath without taking her clothes off,
yeah, yeah.
which kind of, a light bulb went off saying, if you're going to build a toilet, why don't we double the size and give them a
Let
place
them
to
use
have a
it.
bath?
Yeah, yeah.
And, so that need based, how we address that problem was a real eye opener. Most of us don't even think about that, right?
Yeah, no, in fact, when we travel, we're like, oh, we choose this hotel because the bathroom is nice, and I don't want to share it with this person because things. But what we don't realize it that there's the things that we are taking for granted is huge, is actually monumental for some people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So in the Rotary, we often say service above self.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
does that mean to you?
It means a lot personally because that is what my dad's life was kind of revolving around, and that is the biggest giveaway that he has given us. I think that he was like, you can do things for yourself whenever you can, whenever you want to, or whenever there is an opportunity to do so. But there are people who don't have access to a lot of things that you have. So the more you serve is the more you get. It's like the art of giving. No, you give more and you
It's giving
get
that you
more.
receive, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think dad's whole being, and I'm referring to dad a lot because he was my idol, he's no more. But he taught us that, when you do service to somebody, do it without any kind of expectation. Just do it because you are able to do it in whatever ways, be it monetarily, be it physically, be it emotionally, in whatever ways.
Absolutely. And some of the speakers that we've gotten to talk to us, it's amazing how small acts when you're very young in your life hardwires you for the rest of your life, right? So, as Rotarians, I think what we do, we are a great example to our children. And, the culture continues exactly like what's happened to you.
Yeah.
So, if there's somebody watching this podcast and they were considering joining the Rotary, what would be your message to them?
It would be very, very simple that don't think twice. And also, generally when we look at joining, I wouldn't say a club, when we see a group of people, be it friends, family, whoever, we have a lot of preconceived notions. Will I fit in? Will I this? Will I that? Will I be able to? But it's like how the elders tell newly married couples, no? You have a kid soon, everything will fall in place.
Yeah.
So don't think so much about it. Take the leap.
Yeah. Zoe, how do you, I mean, you've got so much going on, you're running a business. How do you juggle family, work, Rotary? How do you do that?
To be very honest, I haven't been very good at juggling these things off late because after my dad's passing, there has been too much on my plate. Very recently, I'm starting to follow a particular Japanese principle which my grandmother has taught us, which is, put your time in slots. So I've started doing that, and I've been able to work on or schedule my things better off late.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And the flip side, and the flip side to that is I'd like to amplify or highlight the fact that the club and the Rotary family is quite understanding, right?
That is, I would say that's a boon. That's been, even though it's been 1 year, I guess, a little more than a year for me, and even though I've not been as active as I want to be, I think the kind of uh, uh, warmth and the kind of friendliness that I get when I visit, even for that one event, is something that is quite good.
Zoeb, if you had a motto for your life, what would it be?
Keep it simple.
Nice.
Don't complicate things.
And I'm very curious, what's the plaster on your forehead?
Playing pickleball, got myself in a slight pickle. So it runs down from my forehead to my arm to my leg. So I'm under house arrest for 3 days.
Was it a Rotary pickleball game with some fellow Rotarians?
My wife wanted to bond more with me, so I think she chose a place where I could get injured.
Okay, now some light questions. Are you a coffee or a tea person?
Tea, about 10 cups of tea a day.
Morning or an evening person?
Evening,
A favorite movie that you like?
The Godfather,
A place in Chennai that you love
Sandy's
revisiting?
Chocolate Laboratory.
Yeah. And if you had to organize a dinner with three people, dead or alive, who would they be?
My dad, my grandmom, and grandfather.
Lovely. I'm sure that would be one of the best dinners anyone can hope for.
Yep, just to hear them once more.
Zoeb, thank you so much for setting aside the time. Thank you for sharing openly about yourself. And we are, again, so happy that you're part of this Rotary Club of Chennai CR. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much. Meet you soon. Okay, perfect.